Hi, Dr. Deepa Shetty here again. Today I'm going to speak on something which is very dear to me. Okay, we in everyday life speak about positive thinking and negative thinking. So, what does the positive thinking mean and what does the negative thinking mean? Whenever we are speaking to somebody and we see them going in a very negative zone, we say you should not be thinking like this. We should always be thinking positive about life. Now, let's understand it in a minor details. Negative thinking is something where our thought process are pulling us down. So when we see that something is pulling us down, we think that we are thinking negative. Or if something is pulling somebody else down, we say that you're thinking very negatively about the situation. But on the other hand, positive thinking is something where our thoughts pull us up or lift us up rather than pull us up. It's lift us up. So it lifts us up. See, the words which we use also can be negative and positive. When we say pull, when we say lift, all that words can construct into the language you speak. So whenever we are able to generate some kind of hope, some kind of sync with the life we are living in, some feeling which makes you feel joyful within, some feeling which lifts you up, which makes you going in the life, or which makes you feel good about yourself, good about environment, good about everything around us, we tell it to be a positive feeling, and in turns a positive thought behind that positive feeling. Whereas something which pulls us down, which doesn't make us feel good about ourselves, good about environment, and we tend to get into into a thought process which pulls our energy down. All that gets into the negative thinking. Now let's see why are we into this zone. Do we want to be in this zone? Do we want to think negative? Is it something which happens to us? We always put it in this environment saying that situation was like that, so how do I think other than that? Like somebody cheated on me, so what do you expect me to think? When somebody cheated on me, I would have definitely feel that world is not a good place to live in. Girls are cheated, or the boys are always somebody who takes advantage of you, or the people out there are not really good out. So you cannot trust anybody. These are the thought process which will happen because of the situation. Now the situation cannot be different. The situation is same for everyone. In the same situation you will feel somebody else saying that, okay, now let me see what was in this relationship which I could not understand, or what was in this relationship that I could not see somebody else taking advantage of me. What was my emotions out there which were blinding me. So somebody can use this experience to grow. When a person uses this experiences or situation in the life to grow, he is definitely in the path of uplifting himself. So then that thinking becomes a positive thinking, because you are not draining your energy, getting lost in the thoughts which are not serving you any purpose. Any experiences in your life is something which should help you grow. If there is no growth, there is no way that you are in sync with the life in itself. Growth is the life is all about growing, progressing, and being in sync with everything around you, being in love with yourself, being in love with everything around you. Love itself is a very positive feeling. If you get in touch with that strong feeling, or that strong innate part of you which is love within everyone, then you definitely will be in touch with the very strong power within you, power of love. So how does that happen? It happens not in a day's time. How do we end up feeling like this, thinking like this? We are sum total of the pattern or the experiences which we have gathered from our childhood, through our own way of looking at the things, through our own filters. I say filter because the truth out there, the fact out there remains fact. But when we see it through a filter, when we see it through the experiences we had in our life, then the facts gets distorted. A simple fact that the pen is blue can become like, I don't think it's blue, it's actually navy blue, but somebody must have colored it and made it into light blue, because I should be not seeing it in a right way. So the facts can get distorted, the way we see it, the way we perceive it, because of the experiences which we had in our life. So it's very important, every experience that we have in our life, we should use it to grow and not to color our thought processes or color our perception, because that way we will end up distorting the facts. So filters can be taken in detail later on. I just wanted to tell you that how we are a sum total of our experiences which we have gathered from our childhood, and because of these experiences we perceive facts in a way which is comfortable to those thought patterns which we have been automatically doing it from our childhood. So whenever we come across an experience, though we don't want to get angry, though we don't want to feel like this, we end up feeling like this because it's an automatic process which has happened in childhood. It's a language of the brain which has developed, and because of which we end up feeling and thinking like that. So these language which we have had in our head, in our brain, these are called neuro-linguistic languages. I mean, that topic is in a very detailed way. NLP is something which is a very detailed study, and it cannot be covered in one video. It will require a series of video which I can take across as and when y'all want it. If y'all demand, I will definitely take it across. But right now, just understand there's the language each one of us have inside our brain, which we use to talk with our own self, and which we use to talk with others also. So there is a continuous tape running in our head, and the tape has a language. The way it has been programmed, the way we have learned to speak there in our brain, reflects not only in ourselves but reflects outside us also, and that attracts that kind of experiences in life which we don't want to have. Anything that you resist persists in your life. So anything that you resist, just think, am I resisting for what? What is the reason for my resistance? And if I'm resisting because I'm thinking like this, let's understand in a deeper level. So having said that, I really want you all to get a hang of your language and try to get aware of it. Then let's see how do we change this language to our benefit, to our growth. And then how to do a self-talk. Saying that, see you again. Stay tuned. Signing off.